Is it ever justified to target the civilian population?
It is never justified under no set of circumstances, albeit be on a means to reach an end, but it's not the justification. There is none moral justification existing for targeting civilians, innocent public civilians. Particularly, I use that as an example in this respect and think back retrospectively on the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima in the country of Japan, following the bombing of Pearl Harbor by the military Imperial Army of the Japanese people. But however, that was a military bombing at Pearl Harbor. But that was not a military bombing in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. That was a destruction and slaughter of carnal proportions of innocent people.
Well, Walter, that was exactly where we're going today, because today is August 8th. 64 years ago today, we had bombed Hiroshima the day before. We were about to bomb Nagasaki the next day. These two targeting of civilian populations brought about the end of a terrible war.
They did.
Do you think that that sort of price could be paid today? If we were to bomb a city, say Islamabad, and bring about the end of this war today and bring back all of our troops, do you think that would be a good bargain? Do you think that would be a good price?
That would be a terrible bargain. I think honestly and wholeheartedly that would create one of the greatest wars of mankind. I believe that would be the birth of a war that mankind have never imagined. I believe that what would come to pass is something out of the imagination and of perception and concept of war that men have never known in the face of this earth, as opposed to what took place or came out of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I believe that a hatred would be developed that have known no equal, have known no comparison, no parallel in the histories and annals of mankind if we were to bomb this country here in particular. In fact, any European country were to bomb any Arab country in relation to the war and present circumstances at hand. That if peace would be achieved, I believe it would be achieved from a positive standpoint, a more moral standpoint, as I see the current president of the United States projecting and offering to everybody and all parties involved. But to take a rash act and venture out to really terrorize everybody involved by bombing an entire country, as an example, for example, not just Islamabad, but Pakistan, period, in the interest of just putting away the nuclear weapons that they have that could get loose and possibly used against Americans. But to justify any reason whatsoever still would not come comparable or comparable to rash moral thinking. And if we want to end the war, we cannot end it with bloodshed and murder. Cannot end this war. This is a new day and age. This is not Hiroshima and Nagasaki or World War II. This is 2009, and the whole dynamics have changed in the earth today. The whole concept of warfare have changed. People have made themselves weapons if necessary. So the ideal of destroying innocent lives and showing a terrible hand against your potential enemy and or enemy is not the solution.
Well, thank you very much, Walter.